How's it going, guys? Eric here from Astro TV, and today I've got a quick video for you guys on some cool features I found on the S25 Ultra, specifically with the camera that I haven't seen anybody else talking about. So let's open up the camera app and take a look at some of these new features. The first thing we're going to check out is in the More menu, then the Expert RAW mode. From here, you're going to tap this little lab beaker looking icon, and you'll see this new option here. And it looks kind of like a constellation with a person next to it. If you tap this, this is going to be an Astro Portrait, which is really cool. This is going to allow you to get a picture of a person at night with all the stars clearly visible behind them. And the way it does this is by taking a normal photo with a flash, then you'll just have the person walk out of the frame, and it'll continue to take a long exposure of the sky and then merge the two photos together. But one really important thing to know about taking astrophotography in general, or pictures of the stars, is you do need the phone set up on some sort of a tripod, because there's no way you're going to be able to hold the phone steady enough to have that shot look good. The next new feature I found was also in the Expert RAW mode, and it's that you can now take 200 megapixel photos in this mode. Previously, on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, you were limited to 50 megapixels, even though the camera does have a 200 megapixel sensor. I also did some digging in the camera settings and found a couple really cool features. So if we jump first into the advanced picture options, then tap the motion photo capture option, we get a new option to capture motion photos before and after the shutter. And this would be really useful if you accidentally took a picture a bit too early. Having the motion photo capture things that happened after the shutter would allow you to adjust the photo later and actually get the moment you wanted. If we back out of advanced picture options and scroll down to the advanced video options, obviously there's a new log mode, which we already talked about in my previous video. But if we scroll down, we get this new audio playback option. And if you enable this, you'll be able to play music from your phone while also recording a video. Now, at first, that might sound like something you wouldn't want to do. Like, why would you want like a YouTube video or whatever music's playing on your phone to be captured in the recording? But if you connected your phone to like a Bluetooth speaker system and you were playing music at like a party or something, and then you wanted to capture a video of everybody at the party doing something, well, by default, if you didn't have this option turned on, it would stop playing the music on the speakers, and then it would kind of disrupt the party. So by having this audio playback option enabled, you can keep the music going while you're also filming the video. If we back out to the main camera settings again, there's a new composition guide option, and this lets you enable or disable your grid lines and level independently of each other. And the grid just refers to these lines that appear on your preview. And there's actually two levels. There's one for when the phone is facing straight down, you get this little circle with these two plus icons that when they are perfectly lined up on top of each other, that's when it's perfectly level. And there's also a horizontal level as well, which looks a little bit different but works similarly. So basically, you can now have one of those on instead of always needing both of them on. If we tap the little camera menu again, then tap this icon here, we get our new exposure adjustment, and any adjustments you make here remain, even if you like close out of the camera app, like go back to the home screen and then back into the camera app, that adjustment is going to stay there. This is very different than the exposure adjustments that you get by long pressing the screen. So if I do that now and make this adjustment, this is a secondary exposure adjustment, and this is a temporary adjustment. So if I switch to portrait mode and photo mode, that adjustment isn't made anymore. But the adjustment that was made in this menu does remain. And you can set different exposure values for different modes. So I've got a -1.4 for video mode, but for photo mode, I've got a +1.3. And again, I can close the app and reopen it, and those are going to stay exactly to what I set them to. The only way these are going to change back to their default, which is 0, is if I go to my recent applications and completely close the camera app. Now if I reopen it, you'll see that the exposure values have been reset. And right now, some of you guys are probably wondering why this is even useful. So one really good example for why you'd want to use an exposure adjustment like this and keep it locked on is if you're taking a picture, let's say it's at nighttime, and you're taking a picture in the city, and you have this like bright sign that you want to get a picture of, but everything else is really dark. Well, the default exposure is probably going to have the sign really blown out and too bright to see, so you could drag it down and keep it down for all the pictures you take. This next one's a pretty small detail, but it's nice to see. So if you go into Pro Video mode and you start recording a video, you get this little continuous slider here, and this is a continuous speed zoom slider. So that means that wherever you hold this, it's going to zoom out at that specific speed, and the further you drag it over, the faster it's going to zoom out. And this makes for much smoother zooms than you can get out of something like the regular video mode. And a quick reminder, guys, there's only a few days left to get that exclusive $50 bonus credit for the S25 Ultra, S25 Plus, or S25. And that's with my exclusive links in the description and pinned comment. Just remember, that's unfortunately for US residents only, and it does have a 30-minute timeout, so if you notice that the $50 credit disappears after 30 minutes, just click the link again and you'll get the credit back in your cart. The next Pro Video Mode feature I found can save your life. If you tap this icon right here, you can turn on a bacteria mode to see all the bacteria on you. Yeah, no, this is actually false color. First time I turned this on was on an airplane, and I thought the first thing, I thought to myself, someone's going to see me using this on the plane, and they're going to think I have some kind of like thermal vision camera, and I'm trying to like do something nefarious on the plane. How do you say that word? Like, you're going to type it out and I'm going to be able to suddenly read it correctly anyway. That's a stupid question. Okay, anyways, yeah, so false color, that's a neat thing. It's I'm way off track right now. This is actually used to tell you when something's like either too like overexposed or underexposed based on this color scheme here. So if something is red, it means it's too bright. If it's like a purple or a bluish color, it means it's too dark. And you also have a zebra pattern as well. So if I drag this down a little bit, you can see those lines appear. And this just says those lines are brighter than 70% of your max brightness that you can capture with the camera. So if you have this at 100 and you see those lines, that means that when you film that video, you're not actually going to be able to see anything in that area. There's going to be no detail where those lines are if this is set to 100 and you see those lines. And if that happens, you can just reduce your exposure a bit. If we jump back to the More menu, then go to the slow motion option, we can now film in HDR for FHD at 120 frames per second and UHD at 120 frames per second as well. But if we go to 240 frames per second on FHD, then we do lose that HDR option. Regardless, there were no HDR options available for slow motion videos on the S24 Ultra, so it's certainly a nice improvement to see. If you guys want to see how the S25 Ultra compares to the S24 Ultra, or see the man who just kind of swims up behind me as I'm filming the video, you can check that out by clicking right here. Or you guys can subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to see more deep dive S25 Ultra coverage. That's it for this Techisode, guys. Jesus loves you, and we'll catch you in the next one.